The next one we have is a big one. I think that I remember this one. You probably remember this one. I don't know if a lot of people, I think a lot of NFL fans will remember this one. What if David Tyree never caught that catch on his helmet in the Super Bowl with the Giants, beat the New England Patriots? And that was in like the dying minutes. Eli got out of a sack, almost ripped his jersey, threw it up. David Tyree's like, I'm going to catch this, sticks it on his helmet like there's glue on his helmet, and comes down with the catch. And then eventually they win the game. What happens if David Tyree doesn't make that catch?
Well, the New England Patriots will be the first undefeated team since the 72 Dolphins because
Exactly.
16-0,
Hmm.
and then two straight wins, and then you come to the Super Bowl and you're taking on the 9-7 New York Giants. Come on.
9-7.
And they were winning. Like, it's not like it was tied when David Tyree made that catch.
Yeah.
And yeah, that catch is probably the best Super Bowl play of all time. Right there with the Philly special. And oh, that's kind of funny because it's both against New England Patriots. Pretty funny. But
Pretty funny.
David Tyree, I don't think you hear about David. I think he's gone the next year because I'm sure. No,
Yeah.
again, we all know David Tyree for this play, and that's about it.
Yeah. Even
So
now, like still.
exactly, and maybe Eli Manning isn't the quarterback he is now because again, a lot of people don't talk about Eli Manning in Hall of Fame conversations, but
Yeah.
he's more or less known for the draft day scandal with him not wanting to play for San Diego and this catch. So you don't. I think a lot of legacies would not be what they are now if not for David Tyree.
No, 100%. I agree with you completely there. Yeah.
Our third last one is what if Mario Lemieux never had Hodgkin's lymphoma? Exactly. So it took him out for 4 or 5 years out
Yeah.
of action, and he still arguably is one of the greatest, or if not the greatest, hockey player to play. Him and Gretzky are 1 and 2 still. 66 and 99 are just untouchable numbers in the world
Yeah.
of
We can't.
hockey. Look it up, Josh Hosang. We know who you are. Yeah, nice. But who is to say that he doesn't catch some of Gretzky's records if he doesn't play for another 5, 6 seasons?
Exactly what I was thinking. And I think that he was capable of doing it because he had the talent and he was one of those generational players that just doesn't come around like very often. And Mario Lemieux was able to do a lot of great things for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And he was able to groom Sidney Crosby to be able to be what he was. But maybe he was able to play with Crosby a few more years. And what could have been of that? Like
Mm-hmm.
Crosby and Lemieux playing for
Well,
four or
and not
five
this,
years.
and like when he caught it, this was the prime of his career, early '90s.
Exactly.
Like that's that's when you're gonna make your money. And he
Exactly.
was out for all of those years. He came back, I want to say, late '90s, early 2000s. Like it's a great story, obviously, for him to come back and play.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of the run, like, because obviously Mario Lemieux is the second greatest hockey player to ever play the game. And if he's missing a whole chunk of that, and he was right, he's the second greatest player and missed 5, 6 seasons.
Exactly, exactly. I think you're totally right. He's the second best player of all time, just due to because of he got since he got cancer. But I think that he could have made a push for the greatest of all
Exactly.
time. I think
Exactly.
he really could have, and I really hate to see it because no one. I don't think anyone hated Mario Lemieux. He never did anything wrong, even in the game of hockey, like on the ice. He never did anything like what Gretzky did to Doug Gilmore. He never did anything like that. It was just pure talent. So, but we also do have another one that was in the comments here from Ryan Murchison.
Uh-oh.
He said, "What if Line A went over Matthews?"
Well, I know a lot of non-Leafs fans like, oh my god, Patrick Laine is better than Matthews. It's a
Yeah,
lie. It's a lie.
it's a lie.
But there would be no chance in a blue moon that, well, you know what? Toronto likes to screw things up. Maybe they would take Patrick Laine first overall against
They
Matthews.
could
Who
have.
knows?
Yeah.
But John Tavares, I don't know if he'll be a Toronto Maple Leaf if Austin Matthews is on this team. Uh, Rick Five's goal score record would not have been broken. Thanks a lot, COVID, but Matthews had 47 and 10 games to play. Would have happened.
Oh.
But yeah, that means Austin Matthews would be on the Winnipeg Jets.
Austin Matthews on the Winnipeg Jets. So they'd still be both in Canada. They'd be
Mm,
north of the border, but that'd be crazy. I think Line would be better with the Leafs, though, in my
I don't
opinion.
know.
I don't think Matthews would be better with the Jets, but I think Line would be better with the Leafs. Obviously Matthews is just flourishing with the Leafs because he's the superstar here, and he's like you said, he's bound to
Absolute
break
man
some
rocket.
records. He's bound to break some records here.
Absolute
So
man rocket. Sorry, did you hear that? Man
I heard it.
rocket.
I ignored it. I heard it. Don't worry.
Ryan knows because he's a man rocket.
We have our second last one here now, if unless there's any other ones that come through the comments. But right now, what if the Bills won
Just
one
one. Just one.
of their Super
Just one.
Bowls of the four straight that they went to?
Just
They
one.
lost back,
Just one.
two back, two back, to back, man. They
Yeah.
lost
Just one.
in a row.
Just
How do
one.
you lose four times in a row?
Just one.
How do you lose?
Like,
Bills Mafia would be something else though if they won just one. If they have
well,
just one
yeah.
Super Bowl to
Like,
their name,
I don't think they're as hard or as diehard fans now if they
yeah,
won one, right?
exactly. Because like
Because they're
it's
just
the same with you
searching
Browns
for
fans.
one. Just one.
Exactly. It's like you Browns fans. You're not like you're so diehard because you just want one, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with the Bills. If they
It's
never, if
just
they won one of them,
insane.
yeah,
4 straight and not even to come out with one.
like
Like,
that's
it's
just
just
how
baffling.
can you be a fan? How can you be a
And like,
fan?
it's not like these teams were bad. Like Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas,
Yeah,
Andre Rison. These were good teams.
it's not like
And
they were
to
sent to the Super Bowl. They made it there every every
and
year.
then to lose back-to-back years to the same team in Dallas is just disheartening.
Yeah,
Disheartening. But that
but
does lead us into the last one that we have, unless, like you said, there's more in the comments. But what if Jerry Jones never bought the Dallas Cowboys?
wow, what if Jared? Are they the most valuable franchise then? Because they're the most
Exactly. Like,
valuable franchise
they
in
are
the world.
in the
In
world.
the world. In the world. So I don't think they're going to be number one in the world, most valuable, because Jerry Jones is just a very powerful man. We know that with his little scandals at the rub and tugs and whatnot. But
That's Robert Kraft.
oh, it's Robert Kraft. We're talking Jerry
I
Jones.
know you like. I know it's on your mind to just. keep it
Sorry, these
PG,
old
but
guys. I just get them mixed up, bro. The old guys are getting mixed up. But Jerry Jones buying the Cowboys, yeah. I don't know. Do you think the Cowboys would be better but less, like have less
Change the
value?
NFL, man. The Cowboys cheerleaders would not be the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders without Jerry Jones,
Yeah, I
right?
guess.
Oh, yeah, you guess. Come on. He's like the only owner in the modern, like I would say up until the modern day NFL. He's the only owner to be the GM, right? He
Is he?
is the most, I would say, the most powerful man in football is Jerry
Yeah,
Jones.
no. 100% Jerry Jones is the most powerful man in
And yeah,
football.
like you
And
said,
it
they would not
sucks.
be worth $5-6 billion like they are now. There'd be no such thing as Jerry's world. Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, the Herschel Walker trade would never have happened if it was not for Jerry Jones.
Can we just think about this? Like taking those soccer clubs, right, that are internationally renowned, like they have fan bases all across the
All
world,
over the world.
and they're bringing in revenue streams from all across the world, like they are now, and getting like more fans at their stadiums than football stadiums, and yet the Dallas Cowboys are the number one ranked most valuable team in the world.
They're
That
definitely
just
not America's team if it wasn't for Jerry Jones.
exactly. There's definitely not America's team.
But
I'm
I
just
think the most like the
shocked.
boldest move he's ever made was to fire Tom Landry, who was there for 30 years. Like Roger
Mhm.
Staubach, Tom Landry is the like not our dad's generation, but our granddad's generation would definitely know Roger Staubach, Tom
Yeah.
Landry as being the guys that kind of invented football. And Jerry Jones fired his ass. Like, come on, and like bringing in Jimmy Johnson, who was like that's very back in the day, it was very unheard of to hire a college coach straight out of college or bring him into the NFL. And Jimmy Johnson won 2 Super Bowls for the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and
So
those were the back-to-backs against the Bills. How are you?
made some good moves, obviously, to get his
But
franchise
yeah,
where it
like
needs to
Jerry
be.
Jones is, like we've said, the most powerful man in football, and he rules the NFL with an iron fist. So
It's true. He's like Thanos with the
exactly, it's like Jerry
Infinity
Jones has
Gauntlet.
changed football for, I would say, for the better, right?
For the better. Yeah, you do have to think so. Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't see these luxurious stadiums if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, because he was the first one to really do it back in '09.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what
He
are you gonna
came in the
do?
football stadium like industry and he just flipped it upside down. So
Cowboy Stadium, like there's no Cotton Bowl. He got rid of the Cotton Bowl and
yeah,
made it Cowboy Stadium. He's the man. He made like, I mean, he's a marketing genius.
he is.
He
Yeah,
was
he's
one of the driving forces in Sunday Night Football.
really.
Because it's only been around for 15 years.
It hasn't
Sunday
been
Night
around for
Football.
that long.
So
So, and that's one of the like a primetime game that everyone looks forward to nowadays. So,
I
I
don't
think
like.
he's doing a
I
very
had
good
this
job. Yeah.
conversation with my dad. Right, like goes, oh, what's better to play on, like Sunday Night Football or Monday night? And my dad's like Monday Night Football, because it's been around for so long. It was the first primetime game ever
Exactly.
for football. But
Yeah.
honestly, I like Sunday Night Football way better, because I
Me
think
too.
only the good teams play on Sunday Night Football. Like you see, like what was it? A couple weeks ago was the Jets and the Patriots,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
right? Like in my lifetime, I think I've only seen the Browns play twice on Sunday Night Football, and it was one was
Really?
last year, and I think one was 2000 after they went 10-6 in the 06. So it would have been the 07 season against Pittsburgh.
That's
So
a long time ago.
that's what I'm saying. So it was, and it was last year against the Rams on Sunday Night Football. So that like you have to be good to play on Sunday night. Like
As a
there's no ifs,
Steelers
ands,
fan,
or buts.
I know about Sunday Night Football, so I don't have to complain.
Well, that being said, that ends the what ifs of sports history. Leave us some more comments if you think we missed any,
Yeah,
because I think we nailed a lot of them, and a lot of fans nailed a lot too. So
exactly.
thanks for your comments. Saying that was very well appreciated, because I didn't think we expected to get so many responses. But Sunday game picks week 14, maybe more bold predictions, because you know who made the best one of the year so far.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So I
Give it
think
to
the
'em.
records will be close come Sunday.